76,000 revenant kills so far, and we're missing the crossbow as well as the Theroman's scepter. What is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. Looks like the overall risk is 20 mil with this current setup. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be killing revenant orcs for approximately 10 hours. Alongside that, I'm also going to be hunting down the revenant boss every hour when it spawns, no matter what world I'm in. On top of that, we're going to be fighting anyone and everyone who attacks us, including the Dragon Claw rushers. Unfortunately, I was not prepared as I should have been for this, but I did try to get my spec in, but unfortunately didn't really have any luck with the hits, so he did teleport out. But we are risking 20 mil, so we want to try our best not to die, which, you know, we are always trying to keep that HP high, but it could always be higher. We did get lucky there. Now, Dragon Claw rushers are one thing, but max PKers are a whole nother story, and as you can see here, just being out DPS, you can easily die. Well, I do want to say that this video is brought to you by boot.dev. So, have you ever wanted to learn how to code before? Well, boot.dev, they have built the smartest way to master this by tackling the biggest problem with learning how to code in general: boredom. That's right, boot.dev uses tactics learned from modern game design to push ambitious students towards their goal, a career in backend development. Through hands-on lessons that balance theory with practice, as well as a very active Discord community, you're going to be able to prepare to tackle technical interviews and forge a successful programming career. And when you check out boot.dev, they never want you to feel like you're not going to get your money's worth, so they do offer a 30-day no questions asked refund policy, as well as a free demo of every course and its interactive features. And once again, the boot.dev Discord community has tons of real humans to help you if you ever get stuck in real time. And while being a programmer in the real world can net you over $100,000 a year, learning how to code is really not a get-rich-quick scheme. Boot.dev's curriculum takes time, and it goes properly in-depth on both the theory and the practice. So go to boot.dev today and use my code MrNoSleep to get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. And a big thank you to boot.dev for sponsoring today's video. They've been very supportive of the channel for multiple years now, and you guys have told me so many great things about the site, so I'm glad that you're all enjoying it. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Well, unlike the 20 mil risk with the Web Weaver, this is an unschooled setup, and we're only risking about 6 mil every time with this. And yeah, we can get some nice kills with DH. The only problem with DH is you have to risk low HP, and it's very difficult to do that in the deep wilderness, but nevertheless, a nice 2 mil PK. I definitely prefer to kill these revenant orcs at 27 wilderness. You only encounter on average like 2 to 3 PKers every hour here, or at least that was my average. If I would have killed the southern orcs, I would probably have ran into more PKers, but there's a lot more competition for those orcs, and we want to make sure that we are killing a decent amount every hour, even though we are mainly hunting for PKers. Hiya! There we go. Beautiful spec with the Void Waker. Should be a nice key. Fellow Inferno Caper. We took him down, though, unschooled, so we weren't risking as much as him. 12.4 mil. Gotta love that Berserker ring. I was live streaming all of this Revenant content on twitch.tv/MrNoSleep, and we do have that link in the description below if you want to check out the live stream. And for the Void Waker spec and to the axe, beautiful combination. And a lot of these fights really do come from just live streaming and publicly having my world available for anyone to see. 17.3 mil, that is just going to help out tremendously, because a lot of these DH fights are a lot more balanced than my DH going up against someone with, let's say, full crystal and whatnot. I tend to have better luck with DHers. So beautiful 58 and a nice heal from the Blood Fury as well, giving us another 5.1 mil loot key. We will happily take that. Not a whole lot of revenant orcs being slayed in this hour, but a lot of PKs. Well, I was hoping for a double death, but unfortunately that did not happen. And one thing that I love about Voiders is that you can hit so high on them, but unfortunately they can hit even higher. It is really cool to use this Inferno cape, though. I have been enjoying it, and I've definitely had some ups and downs with it, but we'll get to that later on. So just wanted to kind of point out the inventory layout. We have a lot of Ceradome and Brews and a lot of super restores. I always bring 2 super combats just in case, because you always want to rely on that spec to get these kills. And some of the fights go the distance, but again, they either teleport out or I'll eventually the tank a tele block, and I'll teleport out. When you are skulled, though, you do reap in the rewards at the Revenant's 8 million GP from that ancient effigy coming in from the Orc, and I would like to probably say that that happened because we were skulled and the odds of getting it were even better. So yeah, we get that ancient totem as well from the boss, an extra 1 mil. Even if you die here consistently and you risk as much as I do, which, you know, looking at that, it's just another web weaver gone. That's another 20 mil just like that. Luckily, the money that you make from the Revenant boss and the money that we're going to be making from the Revenant Orc, especially while skulled, that's going to kind of take care of the losses in this video to an extent. I mean, you definitely can't make 20 mil an hour here, but yeah, you can lose 20 mil an hour here. At some points, I was actually down probably 40 to 50 mil an hour. It just kind of depended on how many times I was dying by these PKers. But dying doesn't really deter me. I just try to learn from my mistakes. Just like at the Inferno, you know, you die at a certain wave and you go back and one day you get the cape, you come back to Revs and there you go, got an ancient statuette, nice 2 mil. Following that, another emblem from the boss. One of these days I want to do a video where I just focus on the Revenant boss. You know, unfortunately with this one, some of these kills were so instant and some of these fights kind of came out of nowhere that I couldn't really get it fully on video. I would just get claw rushed and I would forget to turn the Camtasia recorder on. So I do apologize for the few times that it happened during this video, but I do want to show you guys a key that I got in a fight that I did not record because the key was pretty good and we did fight 2 different times, me and this guy. So there we have it, 28.5 mil. Takes care of a web weaver death and an Ursine chain mace death. Yeah, it's the best part of killing revenants is the anti-Pking, and unfortunately the worst part of revenants is just dying. Yeah, you got to be careful. Another web weaver bow has been lost and it's probably like another 5 mil on top of that due to the light bearer and the parchments. But nevertheless, we're going to continue on here using the Ursine chain mace now, and also having Surge and another 1 mil from the boss with a 2 mil looting bag just from the Revenant Orc. Having Surge does increase your DPS, so anytime you see that blue skull above my head, that means we are just hitting harder and stronger on these Revenants. We basically get a lot more strength bonus. Well, unfortunately, another death, even when I'm surged up. Yeah, it doesn't help us with PKers much, but there's another drop, an ancient crystal this time. We have already seen the effigy as well as the statuette, and now an ancient crystal, which we will happily take. Also, unfortunately, during the course of 2 live streams, I was targeted by this guy. I mean, I guess you could say stream sniped, but yeah, his name is Te Amo God, and yeah, he killed me, I think a total of like 6 to 7 times in this video. Probably made off with over 100 mil between the web weavers and the Ursines, but nowadays, if he does attack me, I just try to run a multi, and people from the live stream try to help me out. But yeah, you just can't really outmatch a guy like this. And he, you know, he kept apologizing, but he kept killing me. It is the wilderness. It's fair game. I just didn't like that he would instantly kind of find out my world, but I guess I was leaving it for anyone to see, to be fair. So after that, I did try to hide it a little bit more. Got a little kill there, 339k. We'll take it. And continuously was running into max crystal PKers. I don't mind fighting these guys because it only takes 1 kill to make back all of the money. And with a beautiful Ursine chain mace, here we go into the ballista. And wow, we just chanced a massive kill. That is very unfortunate. Well, hopefully the rematch goes good. I really do enjoy that Ursine chain mace special attack, but unfortunately you just can't get them sometimes, especially when you're tanking on bruise. So we're gonna say goodbye to that Ursine chain mace for now and say hello to yet again another rematch where instead of losing the chain mace, I went with losing the Armadillo Godsword and ballista. So it wasn't as expensive, or oh no, it was actually more expensive. I take that back. And a beautiful spec resulting in a beautiful kill. I was obviously in the better gear there, so it wasn't too hard on my part. 3.1 mil, we'll take that. Ballista is actually 1.6 mil right now, so anytime you PK one, it is a decent loot key. Well, we are 1 HP and 1 misclick away from what could have been an incredible PK, but another death yet again. So yeah, you guys can kind of see the pattern here. Although I was grinding out these Revenant Orcs for about 2 days total, this is about 14 hours worth of footage. Overall, like if you took out all of the time that I was getting killed or, you know, attempting to kill people, it would have been more like 10 hours of Revenant Orcs. But yeah, this is all the action that comes with this type of PVMing in the wilderness. A decent kill for me there, 2.2 mil, and I feel extra proud because he did have a Phoenix necklace with him. Now we have a DHer yet again with no specs, so we're going to go from the web weaver into the ballista and then hopefully just combo him out. There we have it. All right, should be a nice key, level 112, and yeah, will take a set of DH anytime. I don't like to PK with it all the time at Revenants, but occasionally I'll pick up a set. And we open up that loot key for a beautiful 9.3 mil. He had so much supplies, but just didn't sip them. Alright, so this is how to kill someone with an ancient staff. We're just gonna hit them a few times into the claws, into the Void Waker, and there we have it. And you know, sometimes when you misclick bring an ancient staff, it, you know, doesn't always have to go into the bank again. You can just simply stay and then use it in a fight. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? 1,000 Revenant Orc kills, though. 32.4 mil made so far. Probably have enough time to kill about 500 more. And the best drop that we've seen is the effigy as well as that statuette. So hopefully we can get some more. Well, it only took one special attack. Those dragon claws are on fire tonight. Just like that, Inferno cape, 926k. Another guy who had 7 Ceridome and Brews, but didn't get a chance to use them. These Dragon Claws did pull through for me quite a few times in this video and in this grind, so I should use them more. I really like that combination. And yeah, another nice key, 2.3 mil. Love fighting the Mystic Mages. I have much better odds on them compared to the Max Mages. I also decided to bring out Torva Plate Legs, kind of just try a new PKing setup. And for this person, I'm not too sure why they didn't teleport away, but I'm certainly not complaining. Just whacking with the Void Waker and shooting with that Ballista, waiting for that smite to actually have an effect, or for this kill to just actually happen, and surprisingly it did. 844k, we will take that. Well, considering we have all of the wilderness pets completed, as well as most other milestones you can get in the wild, I think we're going to stay at Revenants for a little bit, and alongside that, we're also going to be hunting down the Inferno pet. That's right, Baby Zuck. So if you do decide to join my live streams, that should be what you see for the next week anyway. I am going to be grinding out Coliseum on February 1st, at least for a little bit. We'll see how it goes, but PKing is always a lot of fun to me. Anti-Pking, whatever you want to call it. It definitely comes with its close calls there. If that person would have spec'd just probably 20 hits higher than the 27, I would have lost 162 mil, and that, my friends, would have been a very unfortunate ending to what I think has been somewhat of a decent video so far. Another clean kill, and I just love fighting people with this tier of gear. Yeah, the loot keys aren't that great, but you most likely will always get the kill, compared to like a max major, where I seem to die like 8 out of 10 fights, and you know, the 1 or 2 that I do pull off though usually make me back the money that I lost from the previous ones. And what I love about the Revenants is that you can always try out new locations. I had a beautiful Dragon Claw spec into the Void Waker hit, just, you know, didn't need a spec there, and we did get a nice key, 7.3 mil almost, from a Revenant Dark Beast PKer. So it's good to know that you don't have to just camp the Orks here, and you can also, you know, camp other locations in this Revenant cave and run into some PKers. Well, yet again, another death. The Torva legs didn't pull through for me there, but maybe the Torva plate body will pull through for me here. There we are. Yeah, I don't really skull that much, especially when I'm risking Claws, Void Waker, and Torva, but for 478k, sign me up. It's always worth it. Towards the end, I was getting a little reckless, just losing Armadyl Godswords left and right, and you know, we were kind of having some jokes at the end of this grind because it was a funny one. I mean, there was a lot of deaths in this video. I've lost a ton of GP this week, but I would like to think I'm kind of slowly understanding what gear setup is going to work best for me, so that I can really limit how much I lose on death every time, as well as getting stream sniped, you know, 6-7 times by that one guy. That did cost a lot of money, so I didn't really make as much as I wanted to from these Revenant Orcs, but I kind of came in with the mindset that, alright, we're going to get some good PKs and hopefully get a collection log or 2. I'm really just kind of hunting down that Webweaver bow as well as that Theroman scepter. So all these fights that kind of happen in between, it's just extra. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really nice if we can make profit from PKing, but it just doesn't seem to be happening yet. At least since post Inferno. Never give up though. I definitely think I'm going to improve on my skills, and again, it only takes a few kills to get us back to where we need to be, and sometimes we can even profit while doing this. So, you know, you guys have definitely seen videos where we have made a substantial amount of money, and that leads us to the biggest PK of the video with the Vengeance combo into the Void Waker. Hiya, 43, and we did manage to get the kill. It's nice to actually kill a Voider and not be killed by a Voider. Let's go ahead and open up this key to see a beautiful 70.6 million GP. There you go. That covers a decent amount of deaths, and overall, there's only one thing that did happen at the end of this Revenant Orc grind that I would say was successful for the most part, but I did happen to be fighting someone, and this doesn't really happen to me that often at the Revenant Cave, but this was actually the case of a double death. So as you can see here, we are dying, and essentially we're going to spawn in Edgeville. We have the Webweaver bow. We have 36.1 mil on the ground in loot from the guy that we killed, and we have 15.3 mil on the ground in loot from my death. Now, I'm going to go into the bank, and I'm going to get a Ring of Dueling, get a little bit of supplies, food, and potions. We're going to then teleport to the Ferox, and we're going to run to where we died, get there as quickly as possible. We should be able to get there in time, but I did forget to do one thing. I forgot to bank my Inferno cape, and I did not parch it because I just ran right back. And as you can see, this lovely individual decided to destroy me, and I died. So yeah, we lost the Inferno cape, ladies and gentlemen, but fear not, we are going to get it back in the next video. Well, that is it for now, guys. What an ending to a very interesting grind. Overall profit that we made from Revenant Orcs, as you can see on screen there, 1,600 were killed, made about 44 mil total. From the boss, we killed 8 of them, made about 7 mil from that, and also made about 5 mil from the Dark Beasts. When it comes to the loot, roughly I would say I made about 100 mil. So overall, if you add up all of those numbers, it looks like we just broke even. Maybe we lost a little bit of GP, but I had a ton of fun, and yeah, wouldn't have changed it for anything. You live and learn. So now we know never to do that again with the Inferno cape, and hopefully we got a little bit more PKing experience throughout this one. So with all that being said, no Webweaver, no Theromin Scepter this time, but hopefully next time we'll get those collection log slots. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure if you want to support the channel further to check out boot.dev in the description below. And with all that being said, a huge thank you to the YouTube channel members with a special shout out to DaeDogGaming, xXzoticx, and DeceptionZ. Until next time, Mr. No Sleep, out.